Okay, if you're watching this right now, you needed help with problems number 3 on the group work, so go ahead, follow along. If you still need some help, raise your hand. I'll come explain something else to you. Okay, so in this problem, again, I said earlier during our notes that we wanted to solve these problems without multiplying or dividing by negative numbers, so that's what we're going to do. So this is a negative 2f. I don't want it to be negative, so I have to do the opposite and move it over in order to get it to be positive. So I'm adding 2f to both sides. Minus 2f and plus 2f cancels out because it equals 0. There's nothing else there, so yes, I do have to write the 0. And I have negative 16 plus 2f. Okay, you always want to be looking on the side with the variable. The thing that's not attached over here is a negative 16, so I want to get rid of that. You can get rid of it by doing the opposite, adding 16 to both sides. That makes this equal 0. I don't need to write 0 because I can bring down the 2f. So 0 plus 16 is 16. Bring down your less than symbol. Bring down your 2f. Okay, now I can get rid of the 2, which is attached by multiplication. I can get rid of it by doing the opposite, which is division. Divide both sides by 2. And I get 8 is less than f. Or I can say the opposite. F is greater than 8. Okay. So I have squiggly bracket, I want f, and I want f to be greater than 8. Okay, on a number line, I have 8 greater than, so open circle, it can't be 8, it has to be bigger than 8. Go to the right, it is great to be right. Okay, let's take a look at this next one. Again, I have a fraction, it is negative. I don't want to multiply or divide by negative numbers, so I need to do the opposite to move it over. So I'm going to add x over 12 to both sides. And if you're like, I don't know how to add fractions, that's fine because you're not going to combine it with anything. You're just moving it. So again, this cancels out because it equals, hopefully by now you know what it equals. 0 is less than or equal to, we have 1/4, and we have a positive x over 12. Okay, again, I want to get rid of whatever is not attached to the x. The 12 is pretty attached, the 1/4 is not. So I'm going to subtract that over to both sides. That makes this part equal 0. I don't need to write 0 because I have the x over 12 there. So I bring down negative 1/4 is less than or equal to x over 12. Now in this problem, x is being divided by 12. In order to undo that, I need to do the opposite. And the opposite of division, we should all know, is multiplication. So I'm multiplying both sides by 12. And when I do that, I am left with negative 3 is less than or equal to x. Or x is greater than or equal to negative 3. You have to say it backwards and forwards. So I want x, and I want x to be greater than or equal to negative 3. I draw my number line, negative 3. Shade it in because I can actually have that number, and this is greater than, so I go to the right. It is great to be right.